What do you say after? I mean, if you had a chance to see both of our games and some of the crazy things or unbelievable shots, I mean, it's just fitting that tonight kind of ended the same way. It's hard for me to forget the first meeting with Valpo and the shot and the play that McPherson made, and I'm sure they're going to be thinking the same thing here with the shot that Ricky Franklin made. But just a well-played game. Turnovers were down for both teams. Assists really high. As I look at our stat sheet, the fact that we got to the free throw line the way we did, and it was a battle possession per possession. There's timeouts. They're scoring out of timeouts. We get a couple scores out of timeouts. It was just a good basketball game, good college game.
Plan on your last possession, what were you looking for on the one where Ricky made the shot?
I told him just dribble around and just shoot it before the clock goes down. No, we really wanted to get the last shot, and we were just going to get a little flat screen action at the top. And then at the last second, I was going to tell Camp to come back and just kind of let Ricky go one-on-one, and we just wanted to get the last shot. And he had one earlier from the logo. I think if I go back and if I remember, he shot one from the logo, I think off a pass. I don't even know if he dribbled. But that last one was just, if a coach came in here and said that they drew that up or we practiced that shot, it would be a mistake. I mean, that's all the guys, and that's all Rick just being a basketball player.
Rick, your perspective on the last shot? Looked like you were falling back.
Just kind of leaning back, but I just wanted to get the ball up in the air before the clock went off.
Talk about that shot, that 35-footer probably. I mean, it was early in the shot clock. They were clawing back. If you missed that, obviously, but you weren't going to miss that. It was effortless. I mean, what was your thought process there? And
just same thing again. The shot clock was running down. Just trying to get a bucket at the end. Coach gets on me a lot sometimes about taking the long shots, but I told him I practice them, so I think I should be able to take them sometimes. So.
Ricky, that last shot feel good when it went up?
Yeah, it felt good. When it left my hand, I thought it was going in.
Jason, they came back and tied you in the second half, and you kind of went off a couple threes and a lot of free throws. You thinking you guys needed a spark at that point?
Yeah, I just wanted to get in there and do hustle plays like I usually do, and do anything that could help the team.
Did you realize that you'd scored 15 straight points for your team?
No, I did not. Not at all.
What is it about Valpo? 21 2 years ago, 22 tonight?
No idea. Every game I try to do the same stuff every game, and just the ball went in this time.
Coach, how much did Tony getting banged up impact what you were trying to do, substitutions and what have you?
Well, we're down with Tony. Deontay doesn't play tonight. We don't have Tone Boyle. That's 3 starters out of a lineup, and that means I have to put true freshmen on the floor. And at the end there, I'm trying to substitute and try to get a little faster guy out there with Patrick and a little longer guy there with Ryan Haggerty, and I'm going with 2 more freshmen that are playing. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to put ourselves in better position, and it was a good shot. I mean, we got hit with that inside screen, and okay, we'll learn from it again. It's going to be easier to learn from this one because we won. But you're right. We're down to some bodies, and what we have in the locker room is what we're going to have to go with. I mean, we're trying to manufacture and put people in different positions and play people out of position right now. But you know what? I'll take those guys. Those guys will work and play hard. At least they'll do that.
Coach, is there a feeling of almost disbelief in this one where, kind of like the last one where all of a sudden you look up and it's a tie game? I mean, you still got to work. It felt like Milwaukee was pulling away most.
Yeah, but no, I understand. Homer's been, was it 21 years? I think he's been coaching. I've seen that miracle shot that Bryce made, and they're together on the sideline. He's been around, and his team, they play without any pressure. I think that's what's amazing to see how loose and how, I guess, they just play with like they're having fun. I mean, just everything around them is just kind of, all right, we're going to play today, let's play. And not every group is like that. At this point in the season, obviously it's stressful for everybody. Everyone's trying to position themselves and do better. But they play exactly like their coaches. They're pretty loose, and they go out and play. And because of that, you know you're going to be in a fight to the end. And I watched the Loyola game. Loyola the same way. Loyola's up 7. Next thing you know, they're down 17. I mean, how did that happen? I had to go back and rewind the tape and see how it happened. And it's just, again, they play real loose. They just take shots. And if they go in, they're even more excited. When they doesn't go in, they don't get discouraged. They just come down and play the next possession.
Jason, how are you getting to the free throw line so much? That just being aggressive?
Yeah, just being aggressive, and they fouled me, so.
Reggie, in the second half, does the mentality change somewhat when you look up at the score and you have that 10-point lead and you see it dissipate? Do you kind of go as upperclassmen, you know what, I'm going to leave my gun empty and take them shots and not worry about the consequences?
You really have to start just being more aggressive. So as a point guard, I try to, lead my troops and try to get the best shots on the floor. Sometimes they may look a little long, but sometimes those are the best shots. So just try to be aggressive, get to the free throw line like we did in the second half, and hit the boards like Evercamp did in the second half.
Coach, the way you've lost some games this year, especially down the stretch, does that change the way a little bit you go in terms of your perspective with the guys that are not available to you in terms of the way you want to coach?
Well, if I understand clearly, it's just what I have to do as a coach is just kind of every day in practice look at the personnel that I have and put a game plan together for what I have available and try to use the strengths. And my thing is I want guys to be put in a position where they can have some success. And when you have true freshmen out on the court, it's a little tricky at times because you want to make sure that defensively they're not getting picked on as much. But in the offensive end, you want them to have confidence. And that's, do you tell a freshman, okay, if you're open, shoot it. You can't tell them that, but at the same time, you can't be a little, just pass the ball. Don't do anything silly. Don't, the negative, you got to take the negative out. So for me as a coach, looking at the personnel that we have, it stays in his hands a lot. And then with a minute 20, I just looked at it and said, you got to keep the ball in your hands. And we were trying to get some other movement. So it becomes difficult, and we just have to weather the storm. Maybe Tony can be back on Sunday. Looks questionable, but maybe we can get him back next week. So we're just going to let it all hang out on Sunday and just, if I have whatever I have, we're going to fill the team out there and play. I think a team played yesterday with 4 guys. I don't know if I'm quite ready to do that, but they got beat pretty bad too, I think, that team. So we're going to put 5 guys out there, and they're going to play hard. I think that's it. We're going to play hard. I'm going to try to put them in positions that have success.
Coach, do you know what Deontay's status is beyond? Is it
At this point, no. Just trying to clear some things up to see if we can get him back on the court as quickly as we can. So that's all I know at this point.
You bring up Butler, you talk about that game on Sunday. You found a little bit of something in that first matchup with your bigs against them and try to exploit that this Sunday?
Yeah. We really took it at him inside, and it was effective. What was that? Early January, end of December. Now we have to see, because everyone's gotten better. And now we have to obviously take a look at that again, knowing that they're going to be ready for it and more prepared for it. And just like we have to be more prepared for their guard play. Their guard play really attacked us, and really, Shelvin Mack had a career night. So we have to eliminate that. So, it's the one thing about Butler so far this season has been, you have to just be physical and pound it inside. But no one has beaten them. So I don't know if anyone's really found a way in our league to handle them, to beat them. Now, you can play it close, but are we in this business to play close or win? So I haven't seen that recipe to beat them yet. But we're just going to play our style. And our style is tonight, 29 free throws in the second half clearly was the difference for us. And the only way you're going to do that is to get the ball on the side. So we're going to, that's the only way we know how to play.